Like, for example, when you sit down to write a newspaper article, that's a different animal than writing, a PSA or an annual report. What do you think about when you sit down to write an article?
That's an interesting question. I was the president of the Rotary Club last year, and I had to write an article for our newsletter every week.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that was really a challenge. Normally when I have to write an article for us here at the food bank, I have more time. Mm-hmm. This was a weekly thing, and I think that the most difficult thing that I had to face was to find what to write about. And to make sure that it was going to be interesting. And one thing that I learned during this year, and I did write all the articles weekly, the most important thing I found out is when I wrote about something I knew, something that was important to me, or something I had observed that I had something to say, some opinion about, it flowed. It came easily. I knew what I was talking about. When I found that I was hitting a wall is because I was trying to describe something or tell something that it really wasn't that important to me, or that I really didn't know that much about. So what I did, I will go in the internet, and there is some authors that I like that I normally read books or articles about. Folsom, are you familiar with him? Yeah, everything I learned in kindergarten. Yes, and he wrote another book. And so I will go to his webpage and see what was going on. And at times I'll pick up something that was going on and that I could relate to, and then I will relate it to me and I will write about. I do that here too. I go and talk to people and they tell me stories. And one of my best articles that I got a lot of comments on, I had gone to Mexico to take my mother to the bank in Mexico, and we had to cross the border. And on the way back, you know how you have to stand in line to cross the border back. And they have vendors. There were vendors everywhere trying to sell stuff. And I noticed that they were identified. They carry a little badge with their picture, their name on it. And I read that somebody came to the car, and I look at that thing, and you know what that was? The government has certified this person as disabled and able to beg. They had certified him to beg. It took me a while, but because I guess beggars could just come from any place. Anybody that didn't have a job could come and beg. Well, now they had to have a disability or some reason that they could. So they were certified to beg. And on the trip back, I wonder, what will happen if they will certify him to maybe plant a garden or to, instead of to beg? It doesn't make sense. It was a very sad thing. And so as I thought about that, I was able to write an article. And it was one of the ones that I got people to come and talk to me and say, wow,